ideal homemaker will encourage family traditions to add color and depth to the great picture she is painting. Instead of her home being just a short-order house, it will be a hallowed place where children learn life's great lessons, gain proper values, and build memories which will enrich their lives and help determine their destinies. A young boy whose father was an army officer heard some of his parents' friends lamenting the fact that these people had never been able to settle down and have a home. The boy quickly spoke up. "Oh, we always have a home. It's just that we sometimes don't have a house to put it in." His mother had the ability of putting the heart in a home. A wonderful way to put the heart in a home is to enjoy family traditions. Many families have traditions or customs which may appear a little ridiculous to an outsider, but if they are viewed as dearly loved patterns of family life, they become precious and richly meaningful. These traditions, repeated throughout the years, become the very essence of family life. A tradition needn't be spectacular. It can be as down-to-earth as a family picnic, asking the blessing before the meal, playing ball with Daddy after dinner, or enjoying a treat from grandmother's cookie jar. A gentleman, Norman M. Lobsons, reported in an article appearing in Good Housekeeping, "Not long ago I was invited to dinner to celebrate a friend's birthday. There were 10 of us at the table. We were expectantly waiting the birthday cake when one of the youngsters stood up and said, 'Time to march, everybody.' As the family all laughingly pushed back their chairs and rose, the guests followed suit. We formed a line, everyone's right hand on the shoulder of the person ahead, and began to march gaily through the house. It was a big house, and it was several minutes before we got back to the dining room. When we sat down, my friend said to me, 'I hope you don't think we're crazy. It's an old family custom.'" "How did it start?" I asked. "When the children were little, it was hard for them to sit still through a meal. One night, we got the idea of having everybody parade through the house between the main course and the dessert to give the kids a chance to let off steam. Of course, as they grew older, the marching became unnecessary, but by then it had become a sort of family ritual, so we kept doing it on special occasions. It sounds silly, but well, it makes us all feel closer." A choice young mother says she and her children look forward all year to wintertime, when they can dress up in snowsuits and have a glorious time building snowmen, making snow igloos, and sliding down the snow hills of their own making. Actually, she realizes the value of playing with children on their level all year round. This helps her children to be creative, a talent sadly lacking in this generation. It forms a companionship between them and her, which will help weather the tensions and temptations of adolescence, and it enriches their childhood with memory-making fun. Perhaps your family enjoys such traditions as playing car games as you travel, displaying the flag each national holiday, popping popcorn and eating it together, freezing your own ice cream, and having the first spoonful right from the dasher, camping or picnicking in the canyons, or visiting an amusement park each summer. Make sure I didn't skip a page. Okay. On a clear summer night, it It is a grand experience for a child to sleep outside under the stars. It's wonderful if children live on farms or can visit them and enjoy the seasonal events which take place. What excitement always accompanies harvest time when all the big strong men come to help, and Mother and all the neighbor ladies prepare such unforgettable meals, sometimes with 3 choices of meats and desserts. A very simple yet significant tradition is to read bedtime stories to your children. What a perfect opportunity to teach them and develop within them a love of reading and a love of good books. Some of our best times are found in cooking or baking together. A far-reaching tradition is to go with your family to church each Sunday. To expedite getting to Sunday school, one family enjoys a continental breakfast each Sunday morning consisting of milk, juice, and sweet rolls. Then to help further, they use paper cups and napkins. It's fun to hear an adult recall the special memories associated with sitting around an old player piano, enjoying the great old-time music. Singing together as a family can be memory-building fun. It's a fortunate fellow or girl who, after a date, can bring a partner home to sandwiches or chili or all the yummy things needed for Sundays. Such a tradition makes a much better memory than those gleaned from roaming the streets when it's too dark and too late. As a schoolgirl, I recall coming home to the smell of fresh bread baking and then having a delightful time telling Mother all that happened at school that day while eating warm bread and butter. I remember, too, breakfasts on holidays when Daddy would prepare and cook pancakes in special shapes and fry bacon and eggs for us. Mother taught us to write thank you notes for gifts or whenever special kindnesses were extended to us. I remember moaning about having to do so, but now I see the value in it, and I'm teaching our children to do so. At birthday time, we were always king or queen for the day, and were privileged to select our very favorite dishes for dinner. Along with this, tiny children love to have a special birthday cake, perhaps shaped like a merry-go-round or a choo-choo train, frosted to fit specifications, or a cake shaped like a dog, butterfly, or some other animal. This is even more fun if the children are allowed to help with the baking and decorating. The light in our 2-year-old Roger's eyes as he told his grandfather, "Me made a doggy, happy to you cake," made the horrible mess of coconut and icing in the kitchen so worthwhile. A yearly visit to the photographer and making of family movies and tape recordings are traditions which have lasting value. Another special activity which is becoming a tradition in our family is to spend an evening looking through baby books, family albums, and viewing our moving pictures. The children are delighted to see what they looked like as babies, and fond memories are impressed upon their minds as pictures recall the highlights of their young lives. I feel confident that as they grow older, these pictures will serve to remind them of what in life is most precious and important, and will help them to appreciate the past and consequently live the present to the best of their abilities, so that the past may always be worth appreciating. Along with the baby books and albums, we show them our wedding book, containing between its white covers the newspaper announcements of our engagement and marriage, the names of guests who attended our wedding ceremony, pictures taken at our reception, the names of the wonderful friends who came to extend their best wishes on that special night, the pictures we took on our honeymoon, and snapshots of our first home. We feel that through the pages of that book, we can help prepare our children for the greatest step of their lives, that of marrying the right person at the right time in the right place. A part of every child's memory should be sometimes spent entirely alone with either mother or daddy. Perhaps this could be while younger children are napping or being privileged to remain up a few minutes after bedtime for special companionship. Or maybe this time together could be during a shopping tour with mother, or while mother is ironing, or mother and child could visit while doing the dishes. I recall as a teenager that mother frequently had me set her hair. This provided a splendid opportunity for me to confide in her and thereby gain by her interest and advice during those significant years. A tradition of character building value is to encourage your children each evening as they prepare for bed to tell you one thing they did during the day which they should improve upon, and then have them relate the choicest happening of the day. By the way, such a plan of evaluating the day can be of merit to parents too. At holiday time, we have had great fun decorating and filling cookie buckets. The buckets are white cartons, which painters use to mix paint in, and which we decorate with cheery cuttings from Christmas cards and giving them to family members and friends. Also, we've made Valentine cookies, Easter bunnies, and Halloween cupcakes for little playmates and cousins. Our children talk about these projects for weeks afterwards, and through them learn the joy of giving as well as receiving on such occasions. The traditions which accompany Thanksgiving are the most typical of our nation. An old-fashioned turkey dinner, complete with everything, including the pumpkin pie and all of the family present, from grandmother to the tiniest newcomer, should be an annual event in everyone's life. The innumerable traditions associated with Christmas are dear to our hearts. One family enacts the story of the Nativity each Christmas Eve. The family is large, and the children anticipate from year to year which part they can portray. Always among the grandchildren is a wee baby who can be the little Christ child. This has become such a part of their lives that during the entire year, each person looks for new ideas, props, and costumes which can be helpful in portraying this beautiful story. What fun it is to line up in the hallway according to ages at 6 o'clock on Christmas morning, ready for a grand entrance into the living room. A wise parent will make it a practice to be present whenever a child is performing in a program. A worthy tradition is for a family to read together for 5 or 10 minutes each morning. It's surprising how many books can be read and how much knowledge can be gained in this manner. It's been said that parents can give their children a liberal education at the dinner table if they put forth the effort to discuss uplifting, constructive topics. There is one tradition which every family should enjoy, that of always having good times together. And finally, crowning our list of traditions is the most influential one of all, that of family prayer. More good can come from that one act than from anything you do as a family. These traditions are what make families firm and substantial. They give solid roots in the past and hopes for the future. They are little things by themselves, but put together, they spell family life. Instead of your home being just a short-order house, it can be a hallowed place where children learn life's great lessons, gain proper values, and build up memories which will enrich their lives and help determine their destinies. As a homemaker, establish traditions in your own family. Don't impose them. They must be spontaneous, but do encourage and preserve them. Perhaps there are traditions from your childhood you would like to have perpetuated in your own family, or maybe you can originate some yourself or adopt ideas from others. As an artist in homemaking, these traditions will add color and depth to the great picture you are painting. Alright, that's the end of that chapter. And I want to thank you for joining me again. I know this was a quick one, but I don't know. I kind of like doing the whispered readings better than soft-spoken or a regular voice. So, I don't know. We'll see what I do in the future, I guess. Thank you for joining me. Have a fantastic day or night.